I know what's wrong with it.
They ain't got no gas in it, buddy.
Yep.
It's in here.
What do you think of those? Nice units. We got some Bilstein. Oh, Sean. Hey, you ready to? Oh, buddy, look at these. Those look like they're ready to go on an RV. Oh, wow. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another video of the daily uploads. That is the month of maybes. Maybe we're gonna get the engine swapped in this 2015 Jeep Cherokee Latitude. This thing has to be one of the most complicated vehicles that we've worked on as far as just like trying to replace an engine. You'd think like a V6 in a Jeep, you'd be able to just like bloop, bloop, and you'd have it in and out in a day. Thought we were gonna get it done yesterday, and then now here it bled over to today. But the crazy thing is, so in order to get like the serpentine belt, so like let's say you took this thing into a dealer and you said, hey, I need to replace my serpentine belt. They're gonna have to cut off the radiator hoses. So look at this. Like these radiator hoses are clamped on, which probably works good if you're like if it's on the assembly line, you go boop, boop, boop. But literally to get the serpentine belt off, you have to pull the radiator hoses off and like drain the system. This thing is, look at how serious. This is the radiator fan wiring. That's how you know that they knew that they had a problem. If the radiator fan needs that thick of wiring to like keep this thing,
like 6-gauge wiring,
to keep it cool, like they probably got a problem. No, like if I would have had to pay like $5 for this thing
and knew what it took,
yeah, we probably still wouldn't have done it. But overall, I think this thing should make some coin though. So we bought it for $1,000 engine. Should be able to sell it for like a minimum of $15,000. So that's like almost a $12,000 profit right there. Everything was disconnected yesterday. We got all the hubs and all that stuff. These things are just dangling. Now we're basically just gonna try and drop the subframe, right? That's pretty much where we're at. Steering shaft is the only thing.
inside the cab.
Is it inside?
I'll have to look, but it's either inside or outside.
What if it just like what if it just unhooks?
There's a bolt through it, and there has to be.
Are you sure? What if it just goes? What if they gifted us that? If make this super complicated, but the one thing nice they give us is that.
So we have to do the drive shaft.
Oh, yep. Should we go up with it?
Well, we need to get the steering shaft undone.
I know what's wrong with it.
They ain't got no gas in it, buddy.
Okay, that's not supposed to.
I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it.
Pulling everything off, buddy.
We having fun?
Yep, that's you guys right now. I probably shouldn't do that, but. Alright guys, so we're actually live on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube right now.
Twitch, Facebook, and
YouTube. We're live. We got the streaming set up over here on the corner. Charles got that all set up, and then essentially what we're trying to do is we're just trying to pull this engine out today, which you guys seen us start pulling this thing yesterday and continuing today. We got the drive shaft out, we got the exhaust out. Now we got ooh, there's some, like the bracketry that is on this thing, it's weird. It's like, this is how I feel like a guy would build like a kit car in his garage, where he's just like, oh, we need this bracket for this. Okay, now we need to make this thing fit on this. It's almost like this chassis they used for different things, and then they just had all these brackets to make it look like something else. Alright guys, so we got the whole front wrap off of this thing. It's just crazy, like how these things are packaged together. It's like an onion, and you got to peel off all the layers to get to the middle. which is kind of silly because I feel like a lot of other cars, you don't have to pull off the headlights and the front bumper and the front crash support and the radiator support to get the engine out. But I guess this one you do. So yeah, we got the steering shaft disconnected. We have all the AC lines, heater hose lines, all that stuff disconnected in the back of the engine, CV axles, shafts, all that stuff. So essentially now, as far as I know, because we are pulling out that whole cradle, we need to loosen these motor mounts right here on the top and then drop the cradle out. So Sean is actually looking for a set of jack stands right now on the other side of the shop. We're essentially just gonna try to get this thing positioned on the jack stands, unhook all the bolts from underneath it, and then lift the Jeep up. Then we'll use a cherry picker to come over here and swap out the engine and do all that stuff. So we'll have a lot more room that way. Probably an expensive cat. Sean, how much do you think this cat's worth?
I don't know, they're not really made that well later, is from my understanding.
Yeah.
Like the 2000 cats are like the most like sought after expensive ones, depending on the car.
We should get into
that's
the cat
my
business.
That's my understanding.
We should get in the cat business. Then it should. It's like, yeah, pretty much. Like that feels heavier than it should, I feel like. Unless I'm just getting weak. Anybody's interested, we are actually hiring a filmer / editor for Motion Auto. Please send your resumes to Trevor@MotionAutoTv.com.
Wow.
Actually, info@MotionAutoTv.com.
That's live. That's on the internet now.
That is, yeah.
Oh, great.
See?
I can't edit it out. Yeah. I'm just too expensive for him, I guess.
Too expensive.
You know?
Unreliable.
Unreliable, man. That's me.
What are you having? You have your breakfast still in there. You guys are going to be hearing Sean rummaging for food in the office here in a little bit. Sean, you're supposed to be helping drop this engine. And then we could have lunch. What are we going to have for lunch? I didn't bring anything today.
They have it designed.
Everything is Christmas treat on. Literally everything.
You could have just kept lifting it up when it came out eventually.
Yeah, I mean, mood.
Great job. Great job, Sean. Oh, thank you. Yep.
All right. So as you guys see, we got the engine out. Look at this. They got the TCM on. I think this is like a. Is it a 9-speed transmission?
Oh.
I think it's a 9-speed.
Whatever it is, it's great.
It's a great transmission. Great transmission. So we have a transfer case right here on the back, electronic transfer case. Look at that. It has a thing going to it, some things. You can see we have this electronic steering rack, so it has the big electric motor right here, powering that, all the assist stuff. We have the transmission thing. We got a bunch of big quick connector things right here. I mean, we're pretty much here. We got to pull off the exhaust manifolds or the catalytic converters. Basically, there's no exhaust manifold anymore. It's just a flange on the head now. So we got to get all that stuff off of the engine. We'll probably pull off all of the, like the harness, like the engine wiring harness stuff, like why it's right here. And then we'll just set it, unbolt it, set the other one on it. Sean already did all the torque converter bolts from underneath. Basically pull this one off of this cradle and then set the other one into the cradle and then reassemble everything. So it's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Normally we work until about 6, so I'm curious how far we could get done today. How far do you think we can get done? All of it?
Till 5:15.
So we got all the engine bolts out. We had to remove, well, we disconnected the transfer case. We disconnected all the bolts. Everything is just so tight. Like, you have to like move this wiring harness out of the way to like get to these bolts. Everything, it's just ridiculous. The nice thing about this is when you're pulling out the engine and you need a little pry bar to kind of like pry it out, we have this nice pry bar holder right here. It's built in right there. So see how nice that was? How convenient that was for us? Just have my pry bar right there out of the way. You say beeline or beeline?
Beeline.
Okay. So you're not a goof. Hey, go that way towards the left. You're right. There you go. Make a beeline for the door, huh, Charles? Yeah,
that's my MO.
About that time. All right, so we got the motor out, engine out. We got the starter motor out a long time ago, and but we got the engine actually out of this thing right now. And so now we have this other one over here, right there. Basically, we just put this thing on the ground, hook up that other one, ready to go. We can take this thing back, $100 core. Think this thing's worth more than $100, and like, should we keep it and part it out, or should we just not?
I think the least amount of things we keep, the better.
Yeah, probably just get rid of it.
Yep.
Take it back to them, $100, or we could put it outside and look at it. Or
you can make it into a table.
Or we could turn it into a PC.
Turn it into a PC.
Custom PC builds.
MotionAutoTv PC builds.
Should we put some wood down? That'd be alright. We're fucking cooking with gas, buddy.
New motor going in.
So we actually forgot which one was the new one, which one was the old one. So we honestly don't know if this is the new one or the old one, but we're gonna try it.
Right, the one that has red caps, definitely the old one.
Yeah, what is that?
Well, we put the same rad caps
on this one.
on the other one because
Yeah.
we didn't want anything getting in our old motor. But now we don't know which one it is. So
But it's not that big of a deal to swap this thing out. So, a couple days. So like if we accidentally put the wrong engine in here, then we'll just do it again. What's 2 days? All right, guys, so we made some pretty good progress on this whole engine swap back to basically just an OEM stock thing, obviously, because there's no reason to modify this thing. The other engine, the junkyard engine, is in. It's hooked up. It's all bolted together. We got the transfer case bolted to it. We got all the little brackets and stuff in the back. We have the wiring hooked up over here. So now basically we need to run the wiring harness back over top side of the engine, plug in all that stuff, hook up exhaust, and a couple other little things like that. We will be doing that tomorrow. If you guys tuned into the live stream that we did today at the shop, I really, really appreciate it. We did it on Facebook, Twitch, and on YouTube. So if you guys like kind of the live streams at the shop, I think that's it's really cool to just kind of, while we're filming a video, kind of do like a more long-term one, kind of hang out with you guys. So if you guys like those videos, be sure to let me know in the comments below. If you guys like these videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button with the notification bell on. Appreciate you guys watching this month of daily uploads. We'll see you guys tomorrow.